Tief öffnen, da kommen dann die, aus Kapitel 1, die Gegenstände kommen dahin.
While Detective Carnby was grateful to be back at Derceto, he was eager to test his hypothesis. After having suffered through that sinister world, dressed as the French Quarter, Jeremy's writing could be read much more literally. What if Jeremy used his talisman to actually visit those places he mentioned in the book? Carnby felt certain that this was the answer. He wouldn't find Jeremy hiding inside Derceto. He would be in one of those other worlds. And to follow in his steps, Carnby would have to investigate the old clock and the boiler and find out what part they played.
Bin jetzt einfach im Empfang. Interessant. Hier werde ich wahrscheinlich keine Monster treffen. Okay, hier war zu, ne?
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
I need the key.
Das ist zwar ein Set, aber ich habe nicht das Richtige. Vielleicht kann ich dann noch ein paar Schlüssel dranhängen, ne? Hier kann ich auf jeden Fall auch romantieren mit Waffe. Ah. Rorschach. Wenn die Heilung Gift ist. Hinweis. Patientenakte.
Cassandra Beauregard, the beloved author. Very exciting, isn't it? What do you want to put down for reason for admission?
What her agent told us. Cassandra suffers from writer's block and needs to finish her moving picture script before the end of June. Mr. Chardot suggests Cassandra's heavy use of barbiturates is holding her back and risks ruining her career.
And how should we summarize her personal history?
Let's keep it short. Cassandra Beauregard is a beloved crime author who managed to pull herself out of poverty and into stardom.
Genial, wie
5
die
years
das
ago, she
vorlesen.
tried killing herself by jumping off a balcony.
Das ist nämlich nicht nur
The
ein einfaches
incident left her a
Vorlesen,
cripple
sondern
and now relies heavily on her wheelchair.
And for diagnostic impressions?
Cassandra suffers chronic back pain following her suicide attempt.
es kommen
She
manchmal
self-administers
Texte vor,
morphine to
wie
keep
so ein
herself
richtiges
ambulant,
Gespräch.
but has become addicted and the desired effect is now lost. The drug abuse clouds her mind, and she is unable to focus on real life. To save herself from this insight, she instead makes up stories to fill out the gaps in her own thought process, resembling the Korsakoff syndrome.
Oh, bravo, Doctor. How will you treat her?
First of all, she needs to be weaned from her drug addiction, and hopefully it will resolve her compulsive lying. Then look into permanently numbing her pain in her back through surgery. Finally, deal with her suicidal thoughts.
Fantastic. With such a short time before June, I really hope she gets better soon.
We will do what we can.
Grace Saunders, 11 years old. Reason for admission?
The mother insists on strict supervision by a proper gentleman to avoid further perversion of Grace's adolescence.
Personal history?
Grace's family possesses modest wealth and status. Her childhood seems ordinary, spending most of her time with private teachers and family friends. Grace's father recently passed away, leaving her mother the sole caregiver.
And diagnostic impressions?
Grace has trouble dealing with her father's death. She is willingly suppressing her feelings on the matter and isn't properly acknowledging the trauma she suffered.
Any planned treatment?
Grace needs nothing out of the ordinary. She simply needs parental guidance. Eventually, we can work on her feelings toward her father.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll finish the paperwork and get her installed. Malcolm McCarthy, 54 years of age. Reason for admission?
McCarthy admitted himself to Dorsetto, stating simply that he needs some damn rest.
And personal history?
McCarthy claims he used to work as a lawyer in Baton Rouge, but says he can't go into details because of some legal dispute. His background remains largely a mystery, except for the occasional clue that he drops in conversation.
Huh. And diagnostic impressions?
McCarthy is an anxious man and an alcoholic. He often tells half-truths due to some deep-seated inability to trust other people.
And how will you treat that?
McCarthy will take some time to open up. Spending time with Jack's dog or the child should be good for him. Their harmless nature will help build his sense of trust.
Thank you, Doctor. Elisabetta Perosi, 33 years old? What should I put down as reason for admission?
Well, Perosi broke into Dorsetto and was found wandering the grand parlor. She was confused and suffered partial amnesia. She insisted she belonged here and offered to pay for her stay.
Right. What do you make of her story?
Perosi claims to have been a member of the Astarte artist colony some 20 years ago. A claim that seems contrafactual due to her young age. She looks to be and even thinks she is 33 years of age. That would make her a child at the time. It seems fair to say that Perosi's story is untrue, deliberately so or not.
Diagnostic impressions? Do you have anything?
Perosi's story is peculiar because she retracted her story about the artist colony. She no longer claims to be the same person as Elisabetta Perosi. However, my staff's research has confirmed there was a Perosi at that time who was in her early 30s.
I suppose this case will take some time to investigate. How will you go about it?
I wanted to contact the real Perosi, but it seems the whole colony disappeared one night. September 29th, 1915, during a hurricane. I will have to take it slow and figure out what this spell of impersonation could have been.
Oh, I'm sure it will all clear up eventually. Thank you, Doctor. Ruth Talon, 29 years of age. Reason for admission?
Ruth's father wishes that his daughter be removed from New Orleans nightlife for the foreseeable future. He fears that her overly free spirit is tarnishing the family's reputation.
Sounds simple enough. Personal history?
Ruth comes from considerable wealth. Her family owns several hotels and restaurants. Unlike the rest of the family, her sense of adventure has taken her around the world, including France during the Great War as a photojournalist. The last decade, she has provoked many rumors of being a debauched flapper, bordering on nymphomania.
And diagnostic impressions?
Despite her father's frivolous reasons for her to be admitted, Ruth does seem to provide an interesting case. She is refreshingly open and doesn't shy away from talking about her life during the war or her continuous celebration after returning to the States. She is admittedly a sexual deviant and feels no remorse.
And her treatment plan?
Simply staying at Derceto should do wonders for Ruth. If not, at least for her family's reputation. Ruth doesn't need to change, but with therapy I might be able to share with her some sympathy towards her family. I doubt she will settle down and become as dull as the rest of them, but at least she might try to be more discreet in the future.
Looks like all the patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy.
So, wie mache ich das Ding hier auf?
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
Zimmerschlüssel Nummer 6. Was haben wir hier? Ein Hinweis. 6 wäre Perosi.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is Deceto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits. Magdalena Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at Derceto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the first floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course Cassandra Beauregard live on the second floor.
Ich finde das immer interessant, wie die das vorlesen. Wie gesagt, es ist halt nicht nur einfaches Vorlesen, sondern halt wirklich, dass die es auf ihre Art und Weise erzählen. Sie lesen es nicht, sie erzählen es.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right now, it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
Untersuche den Brunnen im Küchengarten. Okay. Aber ich will noch an diesen scheiß Dings da ran. Aber wie finde ich den Code? Hoppla. Die Zimmer haben jetzt keine Nummer mehr. Jetzt steht da sogar, wessen Zimmer das ist. Batistes Zimmer, Ruths Zimmer, McCarthy's Zimmer, Lehrerraum. Ach, Küchengarten, da haben wir es doch. Ich würde sagen, wir gucken uns aber trotzdem weiter hier um. Kommen wir hier nicht weiter? Da habe ich keinen Zugriff.
I need the key.
Zimmerschlüssel 6.
Oh. It's stained. Looks like some kind of rot. This must be the clock that Jeremy wrote about in the commonplace book. Huh. Looks like the plate that held the talisman in the seance room. But it's broken and missing some pieces.
Und nein, wenn ich das zusammensetze. Dann werde ich auch in eine andere Welt reingesetzt wieder, ha?
Sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice or anything.
That's fine.
You know, I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you've seen Grace, girl about yay high.
I can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
Well, I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. But we can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked. A time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, Detective, and I'll scratch yours.
McCarthy reminded Detective Carnby of an old barfly he used to know. He detested him. There was no getting around it. McCarthy was going to have a hard time getting on his good side. If it wasn't for the collection of peculiar statues, the old astronomical clock would draw every eye in the room. To Carnby, it wasn't the intricate clockwork that stood out, but the odd-looking plate on the inside. It reminded him of the ritual bench in Miss Jackson's seance room, where he had manipulated the talisman to open a door back to Deseto. He wanted to try to replicate the procedure, but found that the inner part of the plate was broken. He would have to find the missing pieces and put the plate back together.
So. Dr. Grace Wohnung. Jeremy Hardwoods Zimmer. Da kamen wir doch.
Looks like everything's back to normal here.
Emily is here.
Emily's here.
Kann ich noch nicht öffnen. Ich muss sagen, das Spiel gefällt mir auf jeden Fall schon mal sehr gut. Es hat halt dieses klassische Horror-Feeling, wie man es schon kennt. Man läuft in einem Gebäude rum, man untersucht alles und so. Von solchen Arten von Spielen möchte ich mehr haben. Gibt es viel zu selten. Aber es lohnt sich fast nur noch für Indie-Entwickler, habe ich das Gefühl. größere Entwickler wirft es einfach zu wenig Profit ab. Was haben wir denn hier? Füllerfehlerhalter. Verlorene Kinder. Stempel, Füllerfehlerhalter. Öffnet den Schrotflintenschrank. Was? Ich kriege eine Schrotflinte, wenn ich das alles hab? Boxhandschuhe. Aber ich glaube, hier brauche ich keine Angst haben, dass Monster kommen, oder? Das ist ja irgendwie nur in dieser einen Welt scheinbar so. Sonst würden die, obwohl in der Demo, was wir da hatten, da waren noch Schattenkreaturen im Haus irgendwie. Also, so ganz sicher kann man hier, glaube ich, nichts.
Huh. How eccentric. What are these symbols? Looks like alchemy or star constellations.
Ich glaube, ich habe keine Hinweise dafür. Ist da vielleicht der Hinweis?
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device. My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return. Jeremy.
These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them.
Ob das so gut war?
The Astarte artist colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
The simple astrology cipher was a favorite among the artists who lived in the house 20 years ago. They easily turned into numbers when needed, but also acted as signatures for the members, as there were only 12 of them.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
Aquarius, Scorpio und Sagittarius. Sind das die Symbole, die ich suche? Oh, das ist 1, 10 und 11. William Arches. Franklin Mosig. Nora Keys. Was hat das so bedeuten? 3, 4, 9. Was mache ich damit? Aha. Zeichen werden ja wohl drin sein.
Got it.
Ah. Und den Küchengarten kann ich jetzt nicht. Also ich gehe jetzt nicht. Es war so klar, dass ich nicht mehr an dem Ort bin, wo ich bin. Okay, ich bin noch in dem Ort, wo ich bin. Aber es ist nicht mehr so fucking freundlich.
Ja.
Aua. So. Hä?
Detective Carnby had a hard time understanding what had happened. It did feel similar to when he was pulled into
Ja,
the
das
French
mit den
Quarter,
Rätseln finde ich aber
but with
richtig
less
gut.
power and purpose. Did he cause this, or was it something else?
What happened? Everything normal again? Right.
Hier kann man nur von der anderen Seite ran. Hier kommt man nicht durch. Und hier war auch von der anderen Seite. Okay. Und wir haben ein paar Kratzer abbekommen durch diese Scheiße. Nee. Okay. Der Küchengarten ist unten. Da komme ich nur über den Wintergarten rein? Komme ich jetzt vielleicht... Ich habe aber nicht die Schlüssel dafür, ne?
I need the key.
Nope. Was war das denn jetzt? Aha. Der funktioniert also hier noch.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana, Thierry Briclot, 1917. Deseto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Deseto kept a modest production of Barrique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Deseto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft. People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Deseto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Deseto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers, but the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Legrasse of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed. The following year, Ledoux rebuilt Deseto, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith. The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of Deseto, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artist's colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of Deseto still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
Ja, solange da haben wir was zu tun, okay.
Ooh.
Images. Türhaken. Ob das eine bessere Waffe ist, weiß ich nicht.
It's wedged shut.
Okay, die Welten können also wechseln.
What the hell is going on?
Aber wir haben einen Bolzenschneider. Ah gut, im Küchengarten war nämlich sogar was ich bolzen will. Also was ich bolzen schneiden will. Aber falscher Knopf. Mumifizierte Katze.
This can't be real. Huh.
Ich weiß schon. Dafür haben wir ja den Bolzenschneider bekommen.
Got it. Nice.
Weißt du was? Axt ist mir immer noch lieber. Okay. Wo führt das hin? Jetzt könnte wirklich jederzeit wieder ein Wechsel stattfinden oder so, ne? Zerbrochene Scheibe. Wozu ist die denn gut? Ah, es gehört zusammen. Okay. Aha. Ist die Frage, gehören die zur Uhr? Wahrscheinlich, ne? Es könnte aber auch der Heizkessel sein. da jetzt nicht mehr zurück eigentlich? Weil da ist zu. Nee. Das heißt, der Keller ist für mich momentan tabu. Interessant.